Good morning, guys. How's everyone doing today? Just trying to make sure everything's working because I had to reset up everything. All right. All right. So for Manzini levels this morning, we're looking for longs. We're going to be looking probably this 58.90 to reclaim. Then for the guarantee longs, we need to kind of build some structure, be below the 5,900. But let's just say right now, unfortunately, we're so close to opening, so anything could happen. You kind of want it for the shorts. You want to see us kind of push back up, bounce off this 59.80, then sell down. Good morning, trading. How are you doing today? So hopefully we have a nice 3-for-3 day, kind of like yesterday, Tuesday, because I didn't get to trade yesterday because we were driving all day yesterday. We did have quite a bit of news this morning before pre-market. I think we even had Powell speaking this morning at 8:40. I'm not sure if that's still going on, but I doubt it. He usually doesn't speak that long. We also had retail numbers, PPI numbers, and Philadelphia Fed manufacturing numbers. So that's kind of what this right here was. And I feel like this could be a good target to run this morning is that data wick. Because, I think if we start selling off, this will be a target that we will be looking for. So about 50 points to the downside for the the NQ. Another thing we can do is if you can't find an entry to the downside, we can always wait for us to break this data wick and see what happens. All right. We also have yesterday's lows, so we could get a bounce off the 37 this morning. Yesterday lows, which we already kind of ran. We might have already got the bounce. You really want to catch these on the first bounce after it breaks back down. After we, break through it, then come back and you see it. We bounced off it pretty hard off yesterday lows. Then we got today's lows here. This was probably your 3-minute play here. What when was this? Yesterday? Was that at 7 o'clock this morning? Yeah, 7 o'clock this morning. We had a little 3-minute play. Yeah, we'll just have to wait with this one. Usually not a big fan of usually pulling off that data wig, but I don't know. I think we might be looking for a short this morning to clear out those data lows there. Remember, no hurries. Most time I tried my best to stay out of the market the first 15 minutes until the 15-minute candle prints. But I think the other day it offered some good opportunities, but that's very rare to me. Most of the time, that first 15 minutes, you'll either get chopped up or your stop loss is just not big enough. And most of the time, I try to play between a 10 and 20 point stop loss. and I don't usually like to risk any more than that because it's not too hard to reclaim a 10 or 20 point loss. You know, you can more likely get that back. Definitely got a nice looking 1 minute trend line here. Hopefully this thing doesn't just like skyrocket right at the beginning. I always find those the very hard to enter off when it just kind of takes off before the market opens. I still feel like the safest bet is to probably wait for your 15-minute print if you're looking to stay safe. Because most of the time, if the 15-minute candle prints, then you can kind of get a direct kind of idea which way the market's going. All right, guys, we're in the last minutes. Be careful if you are in a trade, if you're trading pre-market. So for shorts, we bounced off that pivot at the 87. So be careful on the shorts. You have to look for 87 as a possible bounce area. A lot of consolidation also in this area. So this is one thing that I try to keep myself out of trade. So if I'm looking for a certain area to trade, most of the time if I see price action like this where it's just all wicks and bodies, usually just a lot of consolidation in that area. So I try to stay out of those areas. Oh no, man. I forgot to change my indicators here. Give me a minute. Sorry about my stuff freezing up. There we go. Just wanted to put on our initial balance indicator here. I feel like we're going to those 240s, 250s down there. We just broke that pivot here. I think if we push back up, retest the hundreds and the hundreds hold, I feel like we get the sell down. All right, back at the 90s here. ES did get above that 90 level, so that's something you do have to be careful of it. And remember, anything above 5900s, we're definitely looking for longs. That thing bounced off hard off the ES. I mean, this pivot. Remember, I try not to buy breakout candles. So what I would need to see is you want to see this very bullish candle, and we need to see like a one or two little candle pullback, and then maybe we can look for some kind of bear bull flag breakout here. Because to me, it looks like the ES wants that 5,900 for a test. Pretty insane rip this morning. I was definitely leaning short this morning. I thought we would go down, pull back, and take out these 240s before we rip back up. But everything in trading is a 50-50 here. Or be another nice setup. We go up and hit the 50, then pull all the way back into the 20s, pull right here at the top of this swing here. Then if this candle wasn't so much of a wick, I probably would have liked the long, but being this is such an indecision little red candle, we decided to stay out of it. All right. While we're just kind of chopping around, let me see if I can fix my indicators real quick. I mean, my opening range indicators, because everything's kind of on Eastern time since I was in Eastern time the last couple days. Okay, I'm gonna have to freaking. So this is going to be our 15 minutes here. Didn't quite get that 5,900, but looks like a lot of support here around that 98, 90. Like I said, that low, if you're looking for shorts this morning, you really want to see us back below that 58.90 here. I mean, that could have just been a trap to the downside there. I mean, to the upside there. Kind of want to see us lose that 90 if you're going to look for a short, because we still got that data wick down here at the 40s. Hit 90, retest the 10. All right. Still just watching that 90 area, 58.90 on the ES. You really want to be careful here. You want to make sure we get through these 58.90s, because it could just chop back and forth. All right, we're just now losing the 58.90s here. Only thing that sucks is, man, you got a pivot sitting there. You got 50 at 58. You got the VWAP sitting there. Look at that, another bounce. So you got to be careful with these bounces here. We got our 15-minute breakout here. Do we make it through this time? Like I said, there's just so much there on the ES. All right, we got an indecision count out on the ES. All right, here we go again. Yeah, so right now this ES is what's keeping me, why I don't like the short here. There's just so much going on the ES here. You got your 200 moving average, you got your VWAP, you got your pivot, and that 90 is support level for the ES. And plus, we still got our 15-minute candle here. So far, the price action hasn't been that great this morning, guys. Right now, this is a tight price action. It'll just chop you up pretty much with all these big wig, small body candles. To me, the safer route, if you're just looking to stay safe, is you need to wait for us to get out of this 15 minutes candle. We need to have the print of our 15 minutes and wait for us to break out of that 15 minutes. Oh, goodness. Definitely need to be patient this morning, guys. Be patient. I mean, this is the first nice looking candle we've had, at least in the last 5 or 10 minutes, where it's not all just wick here. The only thing about the longs is you got to get through these 99s on the ES. I don't know if has anybody tried to take a trade yet this morning, or is everybody just kind of sent back watching? I didn't really look at the overnight price action. I know if we get big moves overnight, sometimes it can be like this in the morning. Like I said, we need to get through these 90s. If we didn't have all this on the bottoms, I would have loved the short here below 90. But everything's been so trappy below this 90 from all this price action here. Oh, Methodical has tried to take that short through there. I like the short, but like I said, I just don't want to get trapped in it. I feel like the safer bet is for us to break break this 15-minute candle here. This is our 15-minute opening range set at 76. All right, so we just finally pushed through the 90s finally. Now let's see if we can get a push back up into this level here now. Come on. There's the 15-minute retest. Is it going to hold? You're looking for this level here to hold. And that was a 90 retest also. All right, so we're going to play the 15 minutes here. Was hoping to get a little bit better filled, but it is what it is. Oh, that was so dirty. Look how close we got. It literally was. Come on. $75 is going to be my line in the sand here. No, twice. Once we get that, that'll be our first set of contracts. Then we got some runners on here. There we go. All right, we got the first ones. We should get at least maybe down to the 50s here. I'm looking for that 40 target because that's our data wick there that we talked about from earlier right here. This is our data wick. I'm about 5 points above that data wick. So it looks like we're about to hit it. Come on, get through the 50s. We should get our data wick. No, the 50 bounce. So one thing about taking whole numbers here. If it comes back and stops us out, we can always re-enter with a few more micros. Damn it. I may hold 70. I don't really want to risk more than 5 or 10 points on this trade here if it can't get the push down. We're basically be risking our profits here. Yeah, that's not my struggle bus here. Yeah. I'm hoping 75 will hold here, 75, 78 range. There was the 75 retest. You want to see it really continue down off that 75 there because that's off the bottom of that 15-minute candle. Like I said, if we get stopped out, we'll just be back to pretty much break even because we're just risking our profits here. Oh no, the ES. Make sure the ES did not run its data wick. Man. Don't really like it having this many chances to push through, because most of the time you'll come back and get stopped out after about 4 or 5 times. Oh well, looks like we got trapped in this one here. All right, so we're pretty much back to break even on this trade. Let me find the ES. If we squeeze that 90, back at this 300 level. See if we get above a 300 here. I mean, we did reclaim that 90, especially if this 90 holds here. That was the area that we were looking for the shorts off of a while ago, and we did reclaim the 90. So what we're watching here on the ES is the 58.90, guys. So that was another retest of that 58.90 again. And that's kind of what we've been stuck to at the moment. Ah, dang it. I only got $16 out of that. I had my ATM strategy turned on. It was kept following it. Let me turn that off. This price action is tough this morning. No good follow through. I thought once we broke above this 90 here, we would just continue up to like the 99, 90, 5,900. But man, the follow through has been tough today. And here's our 15-minute opening range here at 70 again. So we're back at our 15-minute opening range. It has definitely been a very trappy day, guys. Very trappy. Man. Man, these wiki candles are just insane today. I mean, we didn't even get anything during the macro time here in the last 10 minutes of the hour. Maybe this is finally the move up here. Especially if we can get through these 5,900s. We're about to hit this whole number here at the ES. So it could run into some resistance. So just be aware of that if you're in your long here. All right, so that was the first hit. We just popped the 5,900. Man. Looks like we're just one boner candle too early, guys. One candle too early on the breakout to the upside. There's your 15-minute candle for the So if the ES could print here, maybe retest these 5,900s, could possibly look for a long. This is your 15-minute range here at 40. So what we want to do is the pullback here. You want to see 59 hold up. Hopefully we can get some kind of little bull flag set up here. There's your 59. You want to see that 59 hold here. Man, I don't know. I don't know if this is just a trap above the 59. Every trade has been such a trappy move today. Yeah, what an ugly. We're still finding support above this 5,900. There's just no follow through with this price action, man. This price action is just horrible today. Nothing's having really good follow through today, so it just makes, like I said, just makes it really tough to join, to hop in on this. Everything's just been a grind. Another test of the 3.9. We're still just basing off that 5,900 level. Maybe that'll be like our little fake breakout, the push below it. Couldn't get below it, so now we'll continue higher here. Yeah, we got that. The the only winning trade we really had was that short from earlier, but we lost our profits when we re-entered on that last one, yo. Then we were just one move too early for this breakout. We tried to get that breakout on here, but it just pretty much being in a break-even trade. And this thing's getting super tight. Man, the market must just gave up too much this week because man, today it is wrecking some people. We pretty much have all these consolidation pockets. This is what's making catching the breakout so hard today. It's like consolidation, move, consolidation, move, consolidation, then wherever direction we go, move. So I know I brought this up multiple times. Usually I struggle the most on this type of price action here. The longs were definitely very tempting up here once the ES got back above that 5,900, but it just looked too choppy to. Man, is this the short again? There's the 15 minutes. I just want to make sure I know where that 15-minute is at. What a nasty bounce off of that. Oh my goodness. Whew. I mean, we're creating a little bear flag here, but man, is it ugly. There's just not really a lot to do here, guys. We really need to be below that 58.90 for shorts, and maybe even the 15-minute breakout here. Maybe one of those lunchtime type trading days where you're probably not going to get your move till after the 11 o'clock hour. Man, all these like bearish candles have been so like just faking you out almost every move to the upside and downside today. Look at this. I mean, had a nice little bullish candle. I mean, it's horrible today, guys. Hopefully, if you are in the red today or small green or whatever, hopefully it's not too bad where it's very recoverable. We're gonna make another push for the 59s. Fake outs on both sides, guys. What's going to suck is going to sit here and consolidate, then just have some crazy dump of a move, and you're going to have to sit here and just watch it. That's usually what happens to me. We consolidate, big move, consolidate, big move, then you get FOMO, then you try to jump in, then you get wrecked. For shorts, I'm looking for the 15 minutes to break and the 90 to break on the ES. This will be the same short setup that we took a while ago, but it came back above the 15 minutes. So here's your 15-minute close candle here. Kind of marking out our chop range here. Just ran that wick, so maybe this is the break out of the box here. Well, at least we broke out of the box. You really want to see the ES get through these 5900s. Right now, the ES has kind of been stuck on this 10-point chop between the 5900s and the 5890s. Come on, we'll get through there. We peaked above it. We're gonna stay above it. We're gonna try it. See if the ES can give us a little love here above the. It didn't do it. Might have been faked out. The 5900s have got a hold here. Remember, it's been very, very choppy this morning. I wouldn't be trading funded. This is strictly eval only here. Damn it. Might have been 5500 faked out on this one. $12 is going to be my line in the sand on this one for the NQ. I don't really want to see us back below the 310s or the 312s. There was the 310 bounce there. This is what I'm saying. Like you really don't want to be below that level there. If you watch the E or NQ a lot, we always usually bounce off that 312, 310. All right, so this will probably put us in a red about $200. Yeah. So we'll be in the red on this account if we take a loss here. There was the 910 bounce. That's probably my opportunity to get out of this. If it was a funded, we probably would, and just look for a re-entry here, because basically what it is, we retest those 5900s again. It's given us at least 2 or 3 opportunities to get out of this trade. Since it's a eval, we're going to stay in it, and we're up quite a bit overall on this account. We're up over $2,000, so I'm okay with taking a loss if it doesn't work out here. We're up a total 2,212 on this account. All right, another opportunity to get out of this trade. Damn these wicks, man. I don't know which way this thing could go. We're gonna hold it for winner or loser. That doesn't look very promising there. That was looks like a very bullish, bearish candle there. And the ES is looking like it's about to dump here. Like I said, if I get too much below that 10 level, we'll probably close here if we do not find support here at the 310s. That looks like it's going to push there. And it's still holding up there. All right, so we got stopped out on that one. Had I moved for opportunities to get out of that trade, but just because we're up so much, I didn't mind holding. We can always look for another entry to get us back over. Not a big deal. Do we finally lose the 90? Now we're just kind of back in that freaking 5,900 to 90 range again. We also got our initial balance set up also. The US is still trying to lose those 90s there. And that's also at the, what, 15-minute opening there at the 70s? Man, you figured this 90 would finally lose. Back at that 90 level here. If we can lose that 90, we should get a nice little dump here. There's the 90 retest. Now, if that 90 holds, wow, is that going to be a fake out? That's insane, guys. Insane. I'm going a little bit heavy on this one. Another fake out, man. These fake outs around these levels are insane at the moment, guys. Still like that data wick down there. All right, there's another test of the 90s. Dude, we got back above that 90 level again. Holy shit, dude. This stuff is just wrecking some folks today. I feel the pain for everybody today, guys. God. I know we're red too. I'm hoping this is just a push above the 90s to push back down is what I'm kind of hoping for here. Mm. Damn. Dude, the NASDAQ and the ES are being so dirty today. It's just. Have not really had any good setups today. Everything today's been just kind of jumped in off levels on the ES, and one play's been good, but then we got burned on that last one there. like to see if we're going to lose these 90s here. He's still just kind of trapping. Dude, that 90's just been a straight wall, but do we get the push here finally? Shoot. Is this the breakout? It is hitting that 11 o'clock hour. Remember I said most of the time we got to wait probably till that 11 o'clock hour to get that breakout. It's like we get these very bullish candles or bearish candles, and you think where the breakouts continue, then we just literally just stall. So that's how you get FOMO and jump into some of these moves early. Let's see if we get this little squeeze here. This will probably be my last trade here. At least on the Bewleys. I'll give one more chance to try to get out of the red here, which it's like almost every trade I've jumped in, we've always hit consolidations. Like, goodness, every single trade so far today. Damn. I really don't want to risk more than 10 points on this. Damn it. Looks like we may be down quite a bit on our 50K here. This comes back here. We getting more. I like it when I hate when I get multiple opportunities to get out of these trades, but just being eval, we gotta hold. We just want to break even, just in case. It's just this stuff is just so choppy at the moment, guys. All right, we got above that opener range high. Let's see if we stay above it here. Man, I don't know how many more times I want to try that. I mean, we're struggling just to get 10 points. Heck, I'd be happy with 10. We're still red on this account. We're in the red by 134 at the moment. So we were trying to, let me take off that freaking, whatchamacallit, because that thing keeps following. We're just going to go to break even fairly quick today, guys, because everything's been just slingshotting back. So it's just better to stay safe. We can always re-enter. Another break even trade. Boy, this thing's just trapping like a madhouse today, guys. We're just going to be going to break even fairly quick if we do enter these trades, just because everything's just been wicking back and forth so bad that look at that crap, man. Went from looking very bearish to just back up. This one time I don't enter, it'll probably go straight to the moon here. So like I said, we were trying to get back in green on this account. We're down 147. So we're just trying to keep from digging ourselves a bigger hole if we can. So that's why we're just kind of go to break even fairly quick. You're down 140. Dude, W trades today has been super hard, man. Everything's been trapping on both sides. I mean, 147 is really not that bad, honestly. Not if you're using like a 50K or something. I had a pretty good Tuesday. We were green and everything Tuesday. We didn't really even take that many trades Tuesday. Today I feel like I'm over trading. Honestly, today I feel like I'm over trading. Some of these bullish candles look super bullish, and it just literally the whole bottom just falls of it. I like that we're above this opening range high, which I liked that while ago, and I still got burned. See if we can get above the 310s here. Today really hasn't been no like hasn't been like normal setups, W trades. Like we haven't really had any. To me, I don't feel like we've had any good set. Today's mainly been trading off levels. Like I said, I think 308 is going to be my line in the sand somewhere around in this area. 308 to 305. Because we're trading levels at the moment. We're not really trading breakouts. And that 308 is your opening range high. So that's your opening range candle. Usually if I've been getting above 5, I go to break even just because how choppy it's been today. Damn, can we finally get 10 points to get us back in the green? Dude, come on. No, the same night earlier, we're just not hitting our freaking target. That's gonna suck, man. We got within like 9 of that. And it's just the way it's been today. Like it hit 9, 10 points or right at the 10 points and reverse and stop me for break even or not even hit my target. Just 10 points has been a battle today, guys. Ooh, finally 10 points on one. Well, that got us back in the green by 35 bucks, maybe a little more if we can get these last 2 contracts to sell. But it depends. If we break this 59, I feel good about it. But man, we could hit a roadblock here at this 5900s here. Today doesn't seem like a good day to run with runners. All the runners have been stopped out. Come on. All right. Next target. If we can pop this 5900 here on the ES, we should get a pop. What sucks is this trade, I had to pretty much make back up the red that we were in on this because we were in the red. We were, I think, almost down $200 total today in that account. We just like took a win, then we took back-to-back losses, then we just took this win because I upped the ante. I was on like 12 or 13 micros on this trade here, so we were almost double our leverage here to try to get our losses back. And that's only because we were up $2,000 total in this account, so we decided to up the leverage a little bit. We just have one micro left. I'm trying to hold to see if we can pop these 5900s and see if we can get some type of big breakout here. If you look at the 3-minute charts, man, it's just been just horrible as far as the need to break these 30s. We get a break above these 30s, I think we'll go. I mean, this has been our range right now. What are we, 57 to 27 kind of range? So it's at about 80-point range, 90-point range today. Man. Now, if I can get some kind of flag here, we may try to add, maybe add another micro. Unfortunately, we had a good trade, but we had to make up our losses. So we're only up like 80 bucks. So we had to make up all the losses from earlier. So we took multiple losses this morning with like using like 5 micros, 6 micros. And this trade here, I upped the ante a little bit. We had 12, 13 micros starting out. So we went in a little over leveraged on this last trade. If we can stay above those 5900s, I feel like the reason why I'm holding this because I'm waiting to see what's going to happen at this 5900 on the ES. Because we could push all the way up to the 10s. Manzini said if we can hold 5900, we should get a push to 5910, and that would give us a really good move over here on the ES. So that's why we're not worried about taking profit at the moment on this last micro. Got that 70 level up there that we're going to look for here. We're still battling that. Getting some nice separation between our EMAs finally. We're looking for a move all the way up to the 70s at the moment. So hopefully we can get another 30 points or so on top of this. Come on, give us the breakout here. Shit. We're holding that 5900s. We were here earlier holding that 59 earlier. This is where I took one of my, I feel like this is where I took one of my losses earlier because I thought we were getting back above that 5900 and I held it. And that was the one trade I was looking for, that breakout from earlier. Come on, let's give us the boner candle, ES. If ES can give it to us, we should get a nice little breakout. We're about to hit the IBH here. Finally hit the IBH. Man, I would love for us to get above this IBH, and then I may even try to take more profit. I may even move my stop loss even farther. If we get above this IBH, and I would just move my stop loss just right below this IBH here. Either that or we'll, if it does hit us here, if it breaks through, then come back and retest. That would even be better. I'm just not sure if we're going to hit this pivot here. So ES has got a pivot sitting at the 907s here. Come on. All right, we're going to at least take some out of this just in case here. All right. I don't want it to be up 40 points and not take crap out of this if it comes back on us. I like that we're above this pivot here. Oh, the ES just made a quick hit off that pivot. Damn it. Come on, ES. All right. We got our target. Good deal. Good deal. All right, so that got us back into the green by 190. So we had to make up that almost $200 in the red that we were from going over leverage a little bit. We may even try to jump back in on this with maybe 1 or 2 micros if we can pull back and retest the 47s and it hold maybe like 3 micros or something. Well, you can see this is where I was freaking in this crap heavy. All right, there's that 70 level that we were looking for. There's that 10 hit. Oh my goodness. Woo. It was tough this morning, guys. I'm not going to lie. A lot of 50-50 trades, a lot of break-even trades. This is the only real movement we've had all morning. The rest of this stuff has been horrible. I like to see some kind of little pullback here. We just hit the, what, 5909s there. Oh, I thought that was the freaking... What the hell? Oh, goodness. Let's see if we can get some little bull flag here. We haven't had a bull flag set up all day, guys. No setups all day. Everything's just been levels based. Would prefer to see a pullback maybe to those 40s. All right, we're going to give it a whirl. We're in 3 micros now, guys. So we're just going to about stay right below that IVH there. So my line in the sand here is going to be this 47, between 47 and 53. I was hoping maybe we get another little push up here to the 910s here. So I don't really have my stop loss where it needs to be. I'm probably going to stop it if we start losing the 53s areas, because like I said, I don't really want us below these levels here. I'm hoping we can maybe rerun these wicks here again and see if we can maybe break this 910 up here on the ES. The ES right now is at a pivot, so that's where the consolidation's sitting at. And like I said, if we get back below this 50 level, we will close this trade out. Not liking the way the ES looks. The ES looks like it wants to push down. Like I said, 53 is going to be my line in the sand on this trade. So that's like we're risking about $60, $50 or something, to see if we can get this last little breakout here. Come on, yes. Give me the 59.10s. One more push. All right, we're going to go to break even. Actually, we'll risk a little bit. We're going to risk just right below this pivot here, since it's just 1 micro, and we're going to be looking for 88, maybe 83. That'd be like another, what, about a 20-point move. The reason why I would shoot for more, but I'm not sure what's going to happen at this 59.10s. We can get through these 10s, we should get a pop. Like I said, we pop these 310, these 910s, we should go. Damn it. This is why I'm only trying to get 20 here, just because we got to get through these 5910s. That's Manzini's next level up after breaking above the 5900s. 82 is today's open, so let's see if we can hit those 82s. We may hit those 82s in reverse here, so just be careful of that if you are in this long. And yesterday's close is sitting at 92, so we may look for another short up here off these 92 levels. Or yesterday highs all the way at the 419s, and today's highs at 412. Come on. Man, that thing missed our freaking target by like a couple points. If we can get a little bull flag set up here, pull back maybe, I may like to add to it, because we're getting some nice separation between our flags. I mean, between our EMAs here. Come on, one little push up there. Just get me wicked out. I mean, we're up. We're just looking for 20 points. I mean, we're already. I mean, this is. I mean, the reason why I'm looking for so much, because this is just one micro, guys. I think we're just gonna go to break even, just in case. You know, use losing money if we don't have to. Okay, there we go. There we go. Looking for a reversal here with 2 micros. Let's see. This is yesterday's close here at the 92s, which we've already hit it once, so we may not get a reversal. If it doesn't hit it, come on, dude. Did we just get missed? I think we did. Oh. Damn it. I don't know if I want to hold it back through, because you really wanted to get filled there. Damn it. That is dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Shoot. I don't know if I want to hold it for a second touch. It should have touched there. Then I don't know. Man. Because it could push all the way up to the 12s here. That's what I thought. Yeah. Let me just get out of that crap. Got yesterday's high and close sitting up here at the 419. That first trade was the hit. I knew that. Anytime if you're looking for one of these type bounces like that, you see 412 is today's high, and also yesterday high sitting at 19. Let's see if those 92 holds here. That 82 was today's open. We got the today's high 12, 412. Got to be careful. We're around that 92 here. You would think we want to push those 412s up there. That's today's high. There's the breakout. I mean, I like that consolidation we were getting at 412, but man, it's just so hard. Today has been such a big fake out that it's so hard to even trust your gut on these. You know, we're sitting there watching that 92 level. I'm sorry, right there, I missed your comment there. Oh. How are you doing today, Han? All right, so that was today's open there at the 412. And yesterday's close was at 419. That was a nice bounce off that yesterday's highs here at the 419s. Was that another 90, what, 92? Where's that one area? Man, that might have been the play this morning. This last trade where we bounced off yesterday's highs at 419s. Uh, somehow I got that stuck on there. I mean, that's pretty nice. We lose those, what, today's open at 82s. Maybe we can get below that. Maybe retest these 9 EMAs and start pushing below these today's open. Because we're in that lunchtime hour that we get that reversal. There's the not a 20 touch. For a reversal, I want to see the 9 EMA hold, then for us to push back below the 21 EMA. Then this could be our 50 EMA pullback. No, we broke back above the 92s. All right, we're going to see if this stays above the whole number here. I'm only going to be risking $60 on this trade. This way, if we do take a loss, it's not too much of our profits. And it's just 3 micros, so we've downsized a lot. Above 10, we'll go to break even. Because we got that 12 there. And I don't know if we're going to bounce off that 12. Because that's at yesterday's high. No, it changed. I'm sorry. Today's high is back at 23. Yesterday's high is sitting at 19. Well, like I said, we'll risk about 5 points on this then. Or 10 points. We'll keep it at $60. Because we're up 258 for the day. So, like I said, we're risking, put it at 10. So, risking $60 on this trade. I was actually looking for the short, honestly. I thought we would maybe look for the short, but once we got back above those 92 levels, which is yesterday's close, I'll give it one more push. If it doesn't push here, we'll close this trade because it may be coming back down. Because I don't know how many pushes we got before it moves back down. All right, so we're going to get stopped out on that. So that took us back down to 198. Like I said, we were just risking $60 on that. So I think that's probably going to be my last trade of the day. So I thought maybe we would get another little breakout here. And we still have not touched our 50 EMA. So that's the trade I was actually looking for a while ago when we pushed back here. I was hoping the next candle would push back below the 20 EMA and try to take a short down to the 50 EMA. But I don't know if I want to try that again. Like I said, I feel like that was just that one trade we were looking for. Just to add on to what we've had today. We actually started out in the red today. We were kind of going 50-50. Then we were in the red about $200. Then we upped our leverage to like 12 or 13 micros to get back in the green. Woo. I think below that 82 level, which is today's opening, we should possibly get that push back down. You would need to see it back below that 82 level. And that's where we open at today. That's today's open, 82. We are up quite a bit on this one count. So, I mean, we're up 310. I mean, I guess we can always sacrifice a trade for this account. I just don't want to get under 200 bucks because, like I said, we try to add to it, but I know if I take another one and be a loser, then yeah. So I think I'll just stay away from that one. I think as long as 92 holds here, you're still good on the long. So if we take this next trade, if we look for, if we, like I said, if we get short below these 82s over here, below this 20, we're only going to be risking like 80 bucks. So if we lose that, that'll knock us down to about 220 or so, because we're up 310 at the moment. So that would knock us back down to 220, I think. Is that right? 70? Nope. 210. No, 230. Yeah. I think that's right. Yeah, 230. 230. See, this got me in there a while ago whenever we printed above that freaking 92 level and got stopped out on this one. That 92 level is yesterday's close. I think this has probably been one of the hardest days I've seen today for entries. I don't think we've had one like bull bear flag set up today. Everything else has just been just straight chopping across like right after the initial candle. I mean, looking at it in hindsight, it looks easy, but not looking in hindsight, it, you know, in the moment, it doesn't. But it's so hard to take these. Look at this one. This one's kind of going up. So it made it tough for entries today, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's definitely a tough day trade. I feel just lucky enough to even be back in the green. I mean, ours could have went really bad, especially if we lost a trade where we were Now I want to say over leveraging, but more than what I've been using, because I've only usually been trading between like 4 to like 6 or 7 micros. And that one trade where we got back in the green, we were using 12 or 13 micros. So kind of what I was looking for here, I was hoping we'd get that lunchtime reversal, because we're what, 11:30 now. So you would think that we'd get that 50% pullback, and that would be all the way back to this 335 if you're looking for the 50% pullback today, which is not a very big move, honestly. Usually the pullbacks is a lot deeper than that. So that's actually fairly small. I mean, that's not even 100 points for the 50% pullback. Nothing to do. The long's probably gonna work out now since we're not in it, guys. That's the way it usually goes. The breakouts have been very tough today. I mean, you're thinking, oh, we're gonna get the breakout, and everything is just super choppy, moving up very like the choppy where you get the small 1 minute candles. I don't know if anybody held through that long. I know I didn't, because you would have had I want to say, where did I get long while ago? I think 403, 404 once we broke back the whole number. And you would have had to sit through almost like 20 points of drawdown to hold on to that previous long. Because we got long here on this breakout candle here, and we were just we got up. We didn't quite hit our 10 points, but since we were in just so small, we just kept risking the $60 that we were in this for, and it looks like it pulled back right about the 88, a little right below the 90 there. I think for the longs, you kind of need to get above the what 419s, and that's yesterday's high. So that's kind of where we're getting stopped at yesterday at the moment. Yesterday's highs. Let's see if that 59 holds. Or 19. I think for longs here, you're going to have that 419 hold. That's usually a fairly decent bounce area if you're looking for a long. Maybe if you want a long yesterday's highs. Oh, well, it already went. Wow. That sucks. We had to sit here and watch this crap go up 30 points from our original entry. If we can get some kind of little bull flag entry here, we may look for another entry, but we need to get some kind of bull flag set up and not just jump in. Damn. Yeah. So this is a pretty good indicator if you're just looking for support and resistance to like take trades, especially on a day like today. So today we're not really trading our normal type setups, the ones that I like to trade. So today, since it's so choppy, we've been just trading levels. So either we're trading off Manzini levels or we're looking for either yesterday's high or close or, you know, something similar like that to trade off of. So that's kind of what we've been using today to trade, just because every day is not the same. So sometimes you do just have to change up. What's up, Ponzi Trades? How have you been? Sorry, I didn't see your message there. I get caught up so staring at the charts that sometimes I forget to look over at the look at the chat here. Maybe another retest of this pivot here be a nice little area to hit. Or the 25-26 on the NQ. Hmm. Yeah. I was debating on taking this little breakout here, but I just could not pull the trigger. Just what's making it tough today is everything's been losing momentum. So even on some of these normal candle that looks like breakouts, they've just been losing momentum. And then they just chop around and you get chopped up. So it looks like we're looking. What possible all the way up to the 45 on the ES? Is this finally the pullback that I'm looking for here? Oh. All right, sorry about that. Thought we would get a little pullback here. $27 is probably going to be my line in the sand right here at the 30 level. I thought once we broke this 20 EMA that we'd get a nice little pullback down to the 50 EMA down there. Because we've yet to really touch this 50 range. Which I don't know why I'm shorting. We've been just grinding up all day. So like I said, the most that we're willing to risk on this trade is going to be $80, and that'll take us back down to about 210, 220. Oh, damn it. There it is. We're right there at it. Come on. I'm hoping this is just a range that we're trading to the top of, then we push back down. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to close this trade down because it could clear out this wick here. All right, so it looks like we might get stopped out on this one here. Like I said, 30 is kind of like my line in the sand here. Whew, we're at it right now. Oh, that didn't get timing. That might have pushed us down a little farther than I wanted to be. Yeah, it did. It pushed us down to 178. All right, so we're going to call it there so we can just hold on to the $200 we got today. Thank you guys for watching today. Everyone have a good evening. Hopefully today wasn't too bad for you. Once we got in the green, we try to keep our losses kind of small. That way we did get in the red once today on this account here. We were down about $200, and that was the one we over leveraged a little bit, and that was probably going to be my last trade if it ended up being a loser. So today was definitely a tough trading day. So I know it's one of my toughest because, like I said, I've mentioned this a few times before. I usually struggle on the type moves where we have moves, consolidation, moves, consolidation. Oh, that thing just did me. It ran that wick, I bet. All right, guys, everyone have a good evening.